Welcome back to Court Exposed. Today's case, People versus Sierra Ural, starts with chaos. A defendant defying courtroom rules, lawyers walking away, and a frustrated judge struggling for control. Stick around, because this hearing unravels into one of the most unpredictable showdowns we've seen.
Okay, I'm ready on Uriel, and then Miss Uriel, I believe I gave you instructions about remaining stationary, but I may not have. So I need you to be stationary. I need you to be seated in an upright position and ready to attend court. I cannot walk around on your camera. You're standing at the podium right now. We're standing at the podium. Yeah, I'm frustrated too. Can you put your head up, take your hands off your eyes, and let's pretend that we're in court. If we can't pretend that we're in court physically, then we shall be in court physically. So we either have to pretend that we're there and act as if we're there, or we shall be there. We shall actually be there in person, standing at that podium. This is case number 224557001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sierra Renee Uriel. The defendant is charged with one count of assault or assault and battery. Today is the date set for final pretrial conference. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Christina Ruder on behalf of the people.
For the record, Your Honor, Joseph Pernicano, P84918, appearing on behalf of Sierra Uriel.
Ms. Uriel, please unmute and state your name.
Sierra Uriel.
What's your middle name, please?
Renee.
Do we need an adjournment, counsel? Or I don't know, it seems like your client is quite frustrated for some reason unknown to me. We just called the case, like we literally only called the case.
Sierra Renee Uriel.
I was talking to counsel. Counsel,
yes,
did we need adjournment? Did you need to talk to your client? I'm not real sure. How are you proceeding today? Because I'm not going to proceed like with hostility. That's how stuff go left, and then stuff goes left. Sometimes it's just better to be in person, because then people I don't know, they act a little better, maybe they act a little less hostile.
When the judge offers a breakout room, it's not kindness, it's about fairness. Defendants have the right to private counsel. But here's the twist. When that trust is broken, the entire defense collapses. What do you think? Patience or wasted time?
I don't know, counsel, but how are we proceeding today?
Is it possible for me to have a breakout room with Ms. Uriel? If not, then we would ask for an adjournment for an in-person hearing.
You can have a breakout with her. Did you know you can have a breakout with your client for sure? And then that'll also give Mr. Haddad an opportunity now to talk to the prosecutor, because he wanted to talk to the prosecutor. Did you know how you were proceeding with respect to your client, or you?
I lost contact.
Let me just let you talk to her. Okay, that sounds good. I'll let you talk to her. Oh, I think my clerk had told me that somebody wanted to do that with their client. All right, I'm going to send you. Okay, I'll send you and your client to breakout room number 15. Okay, I'm ready on Uriel. This is case number 224557001. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sierra Renee Uriel. Oh, this is a recall because I called it before. Okay. Counsel, you've had an opportunity to speak with your client. How do you wish to proceed?
Yes, Judge. At this time, would you entertain a motion to withdraw?
I guess so.
Judge, there has been a
Go ahead.
May I proceed? Thank you. There has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship. We have fundamental differences regarding our understanding of the facts in this case, as well as the application of the law to the facts. Based on that, I would motion to withdraw at this time, again, as there has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship.
And Ms. Uriel, do you agree with that? assessment by your counsel?
I guess.
Okay, I guess. And then counsel, you were retained, correct?
No, Judge, I am appointed on this matter.
Oh, okay. You're appointed.
Yes, Judge.
So does that mean that, oh, let me get Ms. Stevenson. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Ms. Ritter, can you join me and Ms. Stevenson in breakout room number 1? And then counsel, I may need you also, but give me a moment. Ms. Ritter,
Yes, Judge.
me and Ms. Stevenson in breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had an opportunity. I was trying to figure out, after you said you were appointed counsel, I was trying to figure out why you would have been appointed, because we have, defender's office. And so that's why I went in to speak with Ms. Stevenson. And then she brought it back to my remembrance. So I'm getting ready to say this to Ms. Urell. You're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to be representing yourself, because Mr. Pernicano is the second lawyer that I've had appointed to you. Miss Urell, I need you to look at me, because you're looking up in the ceiling. So this Mr. Pernicano is the second lawyer that I've had appointed to you. And the only way that we do apple picking when it comes to picking lawyers is when we hire our own lawyers. So when you hire your own lawyer, then you get to decide what lawyer you want. You get your lawyer of your choosing. And then I was reminded.
This is critical. 2 lawyers already quit, citing hostility. Courts don't endlessly provide replacements. At some point, defendants may be forced to represent themselves. That's almost always disastrous. Would you fight to keep an attorney, or risk standing alone before the judge?
That your mouth was foul when it came to your lawyer. And people don't have to put up with people being disrespectful and rude and whatever. Again, you're looking up in the ceiling. And I'm trying to be patient this morning. People don't have to put up with being cursed at when they're trying to represent you. People don't. And I think you just cursed at me because I'm good at reading.
No, I did not. You're just trying to start something. I did not just curse at you.
You said I'm trying to start something, girl. Who you talking to?
Look at you. You're being rude right now. I'm not even being rude to you. You've been rude all morning. I haven't even been rude to you.
My level best. I've tried my level best. And then she just had the nerve to say I've been rude all morning. She just said I've been rude all morning. I mean, that is so hilariously funny. I can't even put that to words. So what I'm going to do is this. We're going to all just come on in downtown. And then I won't even have to read lips. I won't have to. I mean, I've literally not. She said I've been rude all morning. I've literally not said anything about the fact
I
that
just tell you what you said.
I've literally not said anything about the fact that Miss Urell is like literally in the bed. I've not even addressed the fact that she's in the bed, and she said I've been rude all morning. And then thankfully, I don't care if you're sitting up. It is inappropriate to come to court sitting up, laying down, sitting over the bed. I don't care if you're sitting up. I know you're sitting up. I can clearly see with my eyes that you are sitting up, because contrary to popular, to your belief, because not popular belief, I'm very intelligent. I can see that you're sitting up in the bed. What I also know is that you have been rude, and you cannot maintain a lawyer. I'm not inclined. So here's the situation we find ourselves in right now as you keep on talking, right? And the only reason that we can't hear you and it's not a disruption currently to the record is because you were on mute. And in this moment, the court is not going to allow you to unmute yourself. So here's the situation. I don't have to keep giving you a lawyer. You're confused in your thinking. I have given you 2 lawyers free. I've given them to you. I've provided them as according to what the law requires. And this is the second lawyer that the court has provided for you that wants to withdraw. It's the second lawyer. So here's the situation. I'm going to allow counsel to withdraw. And then Ms. Urell is going to have to try to get her some more counsel. Ms. Urell is going to have to get her own counsel. Or Ms. Urell is going to have to represent herself. I will talk to the Michigan Indigent Defense Counsel office and see if they're willing to appoint one more lawyer for Ms. Urell. And I believe the answer may be no, because what we're not going to do is keep appointing lawyers for Ms. Urell to curse out or be rude to or decide that she knows best on how to do the case. That sounds like Ms. Urell needs to represent herself because she believes that she knows best how to do that. So we're going to come in person. Mr. Flanagan, we'll talk about it after the docket, but Ms. Urell needs to try to see if she can hire her own lawyer. If the MIDC appoints another lawyer to this case, and let me just let the record reflect. I know it can only be reflected in the video as opposed to in the verbal record because Ms. Urell is on mute. She is slamming her hands together. She is continuously talking while the court is talking. She is slamming her hands together. She now has her hands on her head, you know, and it's just inappropriate. So we're going to come in person in 2 weeks, and we're going to see if we can get another lawyer to do the case. And if not, that's fine too. Ms. Urell, today is January 17th. We're going to come January 31st in person. So we're going to set this in person at 9:02. Counsel, you are let the record reflect that Ms. Urell does have her hand up, and I am going to allow for her to unmute, but I'm going to state in advance and for the record that if you are rude, if you are yelling, if you are anything other than, and then let the record reflect that she is also sent directly to me, which is inappropriate, right? She has sent a chat saying, so I'm trying to figure out, you just not go let me say none, N-U-N. So that's what's in the chat. So let me just indicate for the record that is inappropriate to say to the judge. That's it's disrespectful. And if that's how you're going to talk to me, when I unmute you, I'm going to immediately mute you back. And then it appears that we might need to submit the matter for a competency evaluation, but I'm going to allow you to unmute and you're going to be respectful to me, or I'm going to mute you back. And there's nothing funny going on in my courtroom. There's nothing funny. So again, if we're not going to be respectful, then we're going to go back on mute. Okay, so you can unmute yourself Miss Urell.
I could talk now.
Miss Urell, what do you want to
I just
say to the
asked, could
court?
I speak, and you just looked around and didn't say anything.
Miss Urell, what do you want to say to the court? This is my last time asking you.
Okay, what I want to say to the court is how y'all just go off of what some lawyer saying. You ain't asked me not one question. You ain't asked me nothing. You ain't asked me nothing.
First of all, lower your voice because you're yelling at me.
Because
Second
you
of
sitting
all,
here trying to make it just off of what a lawyer said.
First of
I
all,
was
you're
never
yelling at me,
disrespecting him.
and I'm not going to allow that. Second of all, I specifically said, so let's rewind.
No, I know exactly what you said.
Because your memory is not, your memory is failing you, and let the record reflect that I've muted Ms. Urell. So when counsel asked to withdraw, I specifically said, Ms. Urell, do you agree with that assessment? So you said, I didn't ask you nothing. You said, I'm just going by what some lawyer said. And when counsel asked to withdraw, I specifically said, Ms. Urell, do you agree with that assessment? And then Ms. Urell said, I guess so. That's what Ms. Urell said. So let the record be clear that I, in fact, asked Ms. Urell if she agreed with the assessment. So I'm going to go ahead and set the matter for January the 31st for a final pretrial conference. It is in person at 9:02. We are going to contact the Michigan Indigent Defense Council to see if they will appoint a third lawyer for Ms. Urell. This will be the third and final lawyer appointed. If this relationship does not work out for Ms. Urell, then we are going to, let me disable the chat because Ms. Urell continues to speak to me in the chat, which is inappropriate. So I'm going to disable the chat. And then we are going to, Ms. Urell, if you would stop yelling, if you would pay attention, then I would take you off mute. But like literally right now, you're yelling, literally. And the only reason that we can't hear is because you're off mute. Now, what I'm going to do, let me just read for the record what she sent to me directly in the chat, which was inappropriate. Can you let me know if you're going to lock me? Let the record reflect that she's clearly, like, she's, even in this moment when I'm trying to read what she wrote in the chat, she's literally yelling. But the only reason we can't hear her is because she's on mute. So she chatted me, and Madam Prosecutor, and her chat says, can you let me know if you're going to lock me up?
Sierra now faces an assault charge, possible self-representation, and a competency evaluation. The judge made one thing clear: no more cycling through lawyers. Was this patience or chaos? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.
No, okay. No, KNOW. So I can get my babysitter in order. Now, what's interesting to me is that I've not said anything about locking anybody up. We're coming in I'm literally trying to get Miss well, let me say this to you. So you can unmute, because what's going to happen is if you keep cursing at me, what's going to happen is you are going to get locked up. Now, it's
that's
not
your goal anyways. That's your game plan anyways.
You don't know what my game plan is. You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything thing about me. So we're going to come in person January 31st at 9:02. We're going to contact the Michigan Indigent Defense Council, and we're also going to order a competency evaluation. So this is third lawyer. January 31st at 9:02 in person. Mr. Pernicano, you are discharged from the case. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll see people on the 31st.